Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up, Bubbles? What's going on, Sever Silence? I like the emoji right there. What's up, Bubbles? How you guys doing tonight? It's all good, Bubbles. Shit. There's no need to apologize. I'm just sitting here watching John's Reddit recap on my TV. And I got chat on my phone. Bubbles, I've been pretty good. Just just been chilling. Haven't really been on the streams here the past couple days, few days. Since the last time I streamed. Last night I popped on John's stream just to see what's going on, see how the stream went. I stayed all the way through until he said he was gonna host somebody. And people in chat kept spamming host Hugo, host Hugo. I was like, I was like, no, guys, don't host me. I'm not even live. I'm not gonna go live. It was already like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. I was supposed to have gone to sleep like at midnight, but I couldn't sleep. But it was pretty cool to see that he saw it in chat. The young D was the one that told him, and he actually went to my channel, which I was pretty tripped out. I'm sure had I gone live or if I was live during that time, you know, I would probably wouldn't have known what was going on because I don't normally watch John stream when I'm streaming. I'm usually watching something else, but I just want to watch Red Recap tonight. What was going on, homeless guy? I know my chat would have been crazy last night if I was live. Who knows? Man, maybe I could hit that 100 sub goal to IRL, but yeah, I'm content with what I'm doing. The best streamer because of my honesty. I'm not gonna bullshit anybody. I tell her how it is, basically. You know, like I said before, I never thought I'd, get into this streaming or whatever, but I've enjoyed it. I got a couple of my streams they have like over 150 views, 153 views. I go back and look at everything, which is pretty tripped out. Like I know you guys, it's only like what, maybe like 6, 7, 8 of you that I see constantly in my chat, and I'm wondering where the hell are these other 150 views coming from? But it's people that probably don't have an account or whatever. I don't know how that works. Actually, no, yeah, because I look at the analytics and stuff like that. I think I was looking earlier, like 9% is from my subscribers, and like the highest percent is from people searching on YouTube based on the keywords that I put on my streams. So there's people that are watching my streams, which trips me out. I'm like, who the hell wants to watch a dude in the dark with no light, and the stream is all scuffed up? Could you imagine if John would have tuned into if I was live last night and John would have tuned into my stream? Oh, I guarantee I would have got a roast pretty hard. He's like, dude, what the fuck? Are you poor? you know? But it would have been funny though. Imagine if John hosted me. See, that's what I was afraid of last night. Like, I thought about it today. I was like, if I had been streaming, he would have went to the channel to look it up and stuff like that. And like I said, on my end, it looks scuffed. On y'all, if you change the what was it called? Not the bit rate, but the you haven't been passing out lately, so that's good. Full nights of sleep. And that's good to hear. That means you're getting some rest. That's what makes me a good streamer. Keep it real. Holy shit, Damon. It reminds me of the dream, man, a couple years ago. Where I ended up being shot in the head because somebody thought I turned into a zombie. But this dream was pretty tripped out. It was at the front, lots at the back, two guys with guns in front, and right behind right behind you, panicked to run at the back, shot head, fell down and woke up. Yeah, I woke up when I got shot in the head in my dream too. Even though I wasn't a zombie in my dream, but the people in my dream couldn't understand it. And somebody thought I was, and they just came up to me and straight in between the head. And I woke up, man. Man, I have to tell you guys this story later on because it was pretty tricked out because it involves a lot more stuff than just me being a zombie and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Oh my God. They put a picture of Fat Sophia or somebody. That is fucked up. You can call somebody Fat Sophia. Yeah, I didn't think I wasn't really going planning on going live tonight, but I figured why not? It's been like 2 days maybe since the last time I streamed. I think that's what I'm averaging like a stream. Like if I stream like maybe for 3 or 4 days in a row, I'll take maybe like 2 days off in between just because I get busy and stuff. And when I mean I get busy with stuff, it's actual stuff, not because I got a fucked up sleep schedule or anything like that. I do wake up early in the morning, go run errands. Bubbles, your back is killing you. You almost finished this bottle of E&J. You're not gonna relapse on the pills.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure the aftermath, but I don't think they died. I think they just lost like. No one died. If you're in it, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm tired because, well, not really tired, just kind of not as energetic as I normally am.
They probably wouldn't when they're done. You guys okay? You guys good?
I ended up, I think I said in chat before that I've been looking for a job. Not because I need to, it's just, but it's time for me, to, get back out there in the real world as opposed to being isolated and stuff like that. And things have been opening up here for a while, so I ended up getting a call back a few days ago. I had an interview a few days ago, and I started my first day on the job today. Job's like 6 minutes away from the house. Just doing, stuff that I'm in the line of field that I'm usually working, what I'm used to, shipping and receiving, warehouse, stuff like that. And it's like not climate controlled all the way, but partially climate controlled. I'm used to working in warehouses that aren't climate controlled, where inside the warehouses it's like if it's like 90, 95 degrees outside, that warehouse is at least 104, 105 on the inside. Things like that. And, and if it's cold outside where it's like maybe 40 degrees, 30 degrees, 40, 50 inside the warehouse, it's just a lot colder. When you go outside, it feels like, like you're warm up. I've worked a lot of places like that where I'm used to working in the cold weather, any type of weather, stuff like that. So this was nothing different. The only problem is, I haven't worked in a year, and on top of that, I haven't really been active. Mostly, just with this whole fucking pandemic that's been going on. I would just isolate myself here at the house. I've said that before on stream, and I just wouldn't go anywhere and stuff like that. So 1 year, being not as active as I'm used to, it's going to take me probably the most like a week to get used to, getting back up in action and stuff like that. But this job's it's not too bad. I got an easy schedule wise, 40 hours a week. I'm off on the weekends. All the jobs that I've had, I've always tried to get a job where you don't work on the weekends. There's a few times where I did work on the weekends and never again. Fuck that. I need my time off. Even though it's we're all forced to work and stuff like that. And everybody looks forward to the weekends. For me, it's just that weekends are just me just to rest up. People are like, oh, I'm gonna get fucked up on the weekends, stuff like that. And like once Friday hits, I'm done with work. I don't bring none of that home. I got stuff I got to do at the house. Relax, yard work, clean up the house. If I got to do something with my truck, work on my truck and stuff like that. So yeah, weekends are perfect for me. Because for me, the weekends go by pretty slow. But when you're like work on a job where you're off like midweek, it doesn't feel it just feels like a little break. It doesn't feel like time off. Hey, what's going on, Krupa?
You know what? I'm not sponsored by this.
Krupa, I was expecting you some crazy ass comments, and you never did. You mean I see? No, what you should have done on the answers, where you weren't getting the points deducted. You should have just blurted out some random bullshit story like you do in chat, like your cow stories or whatever, shit like that. Though it was hard to hear you at times, Krupa. You weren't you weren't in the mood. You did try that. I know. Your phone was scuffed. Don't. I thought you had a tablet or something like that.
But from all the shitcoins I've ever looked at, 99.9999, something like as many nines as it goes in that fucking goddamn direction.
Yeah, the way the game show went up.
Are almost 150 fucking percent.
It's always been the phone, really?
All of them. Unlock your server. No, keeping it locked until I can ban everybody and pick the one that I know I'm in there. I haven't had time for so I'm not unlocking it.
I don't know. I always thought you had like a tablet.
It's almost
also.
Three methods. It's either a pump and dump where somebody will tell you, hey, this is the so-called coin, buy it. Everyone buys it. The person that said buy it dumps it. Everyone that bought it is fucked. Or it's not someone's coin. It's someone that's
like Walmart for their T-shirts, for their graphic T-shirts or whatever. Most of my shirts I bought at Walmart. They're pretty cheap too, $6-7.
I personally have invested in this shit for one time. With Paul actually. I put $100 into a coin, and the coin in 20 minutes from where I was to when I went to take a piss and take a shit and came back with that $2,000. Then I went and watched them, came back.
Yeah, I like the graphic tees from there.
All in a matter of 30 minutes. Unlock your server now.
I bought a Deadpool shirt from there, and at the bottom of the shirts, they're seamed underneath. When I took it home, I failed to realize that like half of the shirt on the right side wasn't sewn all the way through, so it was hanging. So the whatchamacallit, the shit that you use, to sew, had come apart all the way through. So I remember I put it on to work. I remember I put it on to go to work one time, and I was walking around, looked down, like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Why does my shirt look weird? And I kept looking at it, and I couldn't say it until I flipped it. I was like, oh, man, they didn't sew this shit right. I still have it, and I haven't worn it. I never even took it back to Walmart to get a different one. I didn't feel like going back. I thought about, doing it myself, but I don't know where I'm going to find I don't think I can find the right color that they use to sew it up. And plus, I don't have a sewing machine anymore.
Yeah, it's been about
John's about to end.
Now that I finally have the merch in my fucking hands, I physically have the merch. I physically have a different sizes to model, and I actually have photographers come out for us so we can make this happen. We'll make sure we get the merch out there this person. Very excited for that, guys. I hope everybody can learn like whatever they want to play. Like you want this one, you're just going to really lock in close. And then I really have to go back.
Yeah, I figured he would end at about this time.
It's definitely not going to be easy.
But yeah, like I said, today was my first day on the job, and it wasn't too bad. I like it. Yeah, what's going on, Andrew? I like it because definitely, 6 minutes away from the job, I could end up oversleeping, running late. And what's cool is the owner is pretty laid back. He said if there's any issues you have, he'll work with you and stuff like that. If you're gonna run late, just email him, send him a text. There's nothing to worry about. He's like, if you can't come in, if you can't come in like at your regular time and you run late, just come in. As long as you get the job, the orders, ready to ship out, then you can do that. So I was like, I kind of like it. But me, the biggest perk is it's only 6 minutes away. That's what I like. Because the job that I got let go through because of COVID was the same also. It was six minutes away. I leave the house like at that job. It was 9 to 5:30. So I would leave the house like at 8:50 and get there, punch in. Everybody else still showing up. It was pretty laid back. There's a little bit of heavy work over there, but at this warehouse I'm working at, it's pretty chill work. They just started up in February and stuff like that. So it's a small little company that distributes food. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate everybody in chat, John's chat, trying to get him to host me. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, what's going on, APS Spider Boy? What's up, Rob? You want cheese, but you ate cheese? Well, what kind of cheese did you eat, Krupa? And what kinds do you have? Hey, what's going on, Brian? Brian, I saw you spamming that. I saw you spamming in there. Host Hugo. I appreciate you, homie. Anybody else that was doing it, appreciate you guys. I know I probably would have got better luck, better luck last night had I streamed, but I didn't want to. I wasn't even supposed to be awake at 2:00 when I popped in the chat. Since I started my first day tonight at work, or today was my first day on the job. You got provolone and American cheese. That's it, Krupa? Come on. Brian was trying to give me the host. No, I appreciate it, homie. Brian had to go. Went pretty good. Pretty chill. I'm a little tired because, I was not worn out, but just tired because I haven't been active in a year, since my last job, and because the whole pandemic, and of course me dealing with, being antisocial and my depression and all that, like I told you guys before in chat and other streams. I hardly left the house, hardly anything, but I mean, there was nothing that I wasn't used to before. So, it's pretty good. I liked it so far. Now, ask me in a couple of months, in a month from here from now, then my tune might change. Hey, what's going on, Young D? Hey, I appreciate you for the host last night, man, trying to get me hosted and stuff like that. I wasn't really trying to stream last night since, I was telling chat right now, today was my first day, getting back into the workforce since me being out, out of work for a year and stuff like that. What's my new job? It's like shipping and receiving, pulling orders and stuff like that. Which is it's not too bad compared to some of the other companies I worked for, which was more quantity as order pulling wise stuff like that. This job is they just barely started. They opened up here where I'm at, my area, in February. So they've only have a couple months going up, and it's gonna be one of those jobs that there's growth to be involved in. Some of the stuff I'm used to, pulling orders, making orders, invoicing orders through QuickBooks and stuff like that. Like if I really wanted to, I could probably run the warehouse, but I'm not looking for that. And they have a box truck driver too, and with my experience and stuff like that, from other jobs I've had, they told me if I wanted to, I could move up to a box driver because the driver they have right now, he doesn't like making deliveries, and I think I kind of know why. But I've been driving box trucks, making deliveries for like over 13 years, and that puts a toll on your body, and I'm not really trying to get back into that. Thank you, Damon. Yeah, it was time. It was time for me, to get back out there. Got to take it easy on your back. Yeah, that is true. Definitely, that is definitely true. And driving really fucks up your back because a lot of those trucks aren't. I'll tell you right now, are not comfortable as fuck whatsoever. And then when you drive for so long, it puts a toll on your legs also because the way you sit down, the way you're sitting and you're driving, you're constantly using your legs. Luckily, most of the trucks I drove have been automatic, no standards. And of course, for driving that size vehicle, I never really needed to get a CDL because they weren't really used for commercial use. If they were rated, I think with the rating, if it was over 6,000, I think, then it's considered a commercial truck, and or 60,000, somewhere around there. I can't remember. I have to look. Yeah, Sam, what's going on, homie? Yeah, I saw that. I saw a lot of you guys in there, trying to plug me on the chat, and I heard John say that was on, but I don't know what else he said after that. He's like, "Oh, he goes live," and that's about it. But yeah, if I would have been live last night, it would have been crazy seeing how many people probably would have showed up in my chat. That would have tripped me out because I don't normally watch John streams while I live stream. I'm usually watching something else, and I just decided to watch a Reddit recap tonight at the end. John didn't stream mid sentence. He was like ready to go. I know he's got a busy day tomorrow. He's got to get up early from what he said. Yeah, I don't really know I didn't, find out what's going on until today about the whole Discord drama, and it's that's his stuff. That's his deal. I'm not, you know, I'm not really trying to get involved in any of that stuff. That Discord needs to be nuked. No saving that shit. If especially if he said after all that stuff that's been going on there, which that's basically most Discord servers, right? It's the same shit over and over again. Hey, what's going on, Hansons? How you been, homie? Hopefully you're taking care of yourself and eating some food and stuff like that, and resting up. He's gonna have new mods on his Discord. Well, thing is, does he really get on his Discord a lot? Then getting mods would help. But if he's hardly on his Discord, then what's the point? Why would he want to save it? So no, so he's hardly ever on his Discord. Yeah. So what's the point of getting on there or keeping it if you're not gonna knowing what it is? You might as well just get rid of it. Sometimes you had waves of anxiety earlier from the gaming show. You're nervous to get the vax possibly. Yeah, that's kind of a fucked up situation that you're in. I saw a little bit of that you were talking about, that the people you're staying with are basically forcing you to get it. Yeah, understand all the that's it's a lot to go through, especially if you're not one to actually that wants to get it. I'm not gonna sit here and bash people that get it. Everyone has their own choice if they want to or not. Me personally, I'm not gonna get it. I've never gotten the flu shot. When that one year where the flu was was pretty bad. The job I was working at was basically telling us either you get the flu shot or we fire you. They were like, you guys can't do that. He's like, well, we'll pay for it. He's like, no, regardless, you guys can't fire us and force us to get a shot. And there was like a few of us that are like, we're not going to get the shot. I've never had a flu shot, ever. So what's the point of getting a vaccine for something that you really don't get sick? Don't talk about it. Oh, because of YouTube banning people for talking about that stuff. Yeah, some jobs may require it, but I'm seeing now that there's healthcare workers, that aren't okay with them being forced to take it. Brian, you hang out with people who travel a lot and you're fat, so you didn't want to die from COVID and got my shots. Well, I think before COVID, went big time. They said that they were saying that people were getting sick that couple months before. So COVID hit us in 2020, right, where it finally went mainstream. But that from that December, November, those 3 months before, there was already people getting sick with it, but people didn't know what it was. And at the job that I was at, that I got let go from, I ended up getting sick for like 4 days, and I thought it was a sinus infection, and like I was really bad. Like I hadn't felt like this, but after 3 days, I was over with, and I was good to go. And then once all that started coming out later on, in 2020, people were saying, like, if you got sick because of something that people didn't, and you went to doctors and they didn't know what it was, like there was a good chance you already had it. So I was thinking, I thought maybe, I probably had it already and stuff like that. I know it's going to affect people's, based on their body chemistry, the effects are going to be different. But yeah, but for 4 days, I got pretty bad and stuff like that. But nothing like real too serious. Because I know when I get sick, and I know when I'm sick, I know what I have. It's going to be a sinus infection, or it's going to be a stomach virus, or it's going to be like a cold and stuff like that. Have rarely ever gotten the flu, so I know. But that time I got sick for those 4 days, I'm like, like, yeah, I've never felt like this before, and I was scared because I thought I was getting um, an a respiratory infection, which I've only had once, and I had that a while back, and that put me out for like almost 3 weeks, and it took me a couple more weeks to recover from an respiratory infection. So when I got sick again, when I got sick, in 2000, I think close to the end of 2019, I was thinking like, oh shit, it's happening again. I'm gonna be out at least a month, just like last time, but it wasn't. It only lasted 4 days. Grouper, you have a good night, and don't let them get to you. The more you feed into their egos, the more they think they're winning. Just ignore it. See, and that's what when you say stuff like that, Grouper, you're feeding into their ego. Just let it go, let it be. It's done and over with. Just don't let them, get the last laugh. And I understand because you're not gonna back down, and I understand that. Yeah, I know they just had to annoyance, and it's hard for you to bite your tongue, especially when somebody's gonna talk shit to you. And believe me, I get that. You ain't backing down from nobody. What's up? What's up, Ice Try Hard? Sam, you got sick in 2020 for like a week, could barely talk, was still out riding a bike though. Yeah, I was resting up and sleeping, stuff like that. Like the first 2 days, I was like really bad, and I couldn't move out of bed. But after that, I was like third day, I was like, I think I'm good. But I got lucky because I ended up getting sick during midweek, so I ended up getting like close to like a week off basically. And when I came back, I was better. But there was some dumbass where I was working at who he came in sick, and he was coughing up everybody. And I could say, man, if he's coming in like this, whatever he's got, he's gonna spread it around. And sure enough, since I was working with him a lot when I first started, I know I caught whatever he had, and I'm pretty sure he had it at the time. There wasn't cheating. I don't know, man. That Pokemon guy with his hat, he kept looking. I don't know if he was looking down or was bringing his hat down. And then the guy underneath him who was wearing the Pikachu suit with the headphones. I think he was using Discord. Koopa couldn't even see the chat. So how is she gonna cheat? It was funny seeing you cover your eyes when you didn't really have to, Koopa. Koopa got one question right. Man, I guarantee if I was on there, I don't think. Well, maybe I would. I probably could have won it. I don't know. I should have. The ancient city of New York City. you you probably would have been right if it was USA. But he did say of all time, and everybody knows of all time, it's Rome. New York Sasquatches are lame as fuck. Of all time, just in the whole world. That includes the whole world. When you say of all time, it's the whole world, Krupa. It would have been different if he would have said like in the last, couple hundred years or so, or or whatever. New York will fuck a bitch up. Yeah, we know you fucking New Yorkers are crazy as fuck. Brian, you thought it was Istanbul? American war history. I thought you assume he meant the U.S., but that stream made me feel dumb. There were a couple of questions where I know I would have never gotten the answers, but there were a few, like some of the high ones, where I was like, "Come on, I know this shit." Like my easy one, my go-to questions would have been memes and was it hyphonics was a category, right? Memes and hyphonics. Those would have been my go-to to rack up all the points and then leave all the hard questions to everybody else so you can pass up on them and then choose the low number, the low valued questions to where you wouldn't lose a lot of points. That would have been my strategy. Know what you go for, what you know, go for it first, and leave the hard ones for everybody else. Let them get screwed over. Yeah, Andrew, I'm into to text you to see how things are going with you. You guys finally went to go get a protection order and made a report? Hopefully, you guys try to get a report to press charges and file for a restraining order also. Because definitely a restraining order will help out, and you have it all times. And if he ever shows the second he shows up on the property, all you gotta do is call the cops, and they'll escort him out of there. Regardless if you said the cops are crooked in town, they have to follow that restraining order. When the Aussies don't get the Aussie questions, the questions are bad. Yep. So that is smart. Yeah, do that and just skip the rest. Yeah, basically choose the categories that you know and you definitely know that you're gonna get, and always go for the high price first, and work your way down, and then definitely leave the harder categories to everybody else. Shit, I'm gonna have to jump on the next game show when he does it. By then, I should have a lamp or a light. I know Sam's been pushing for a lamp, and I meant to play this earlier.
Trump, you are doing well, less than 3.
Appreciate you for the don't know girl from earlier. Get a knockoff ring light for pretty cheap. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, to get some sort of ring light or a lamp. You know, something maybe I can possibly clip on my laptop. Andrew, you meant a restraining order, not protection order. It was crazy. You try to get hold of somebody to send an officer and they wouldn't send anyone. They also told you can't make a report. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the laws are in every state as far as, but I've never heard of, people saying that they couldn't make a report at all whatsoever. Because all you got to do is just show up to the police station and say you want to file a report, and they're supposed to, make the report for you. And of course, there's evidence of what happened that night also. If the cops took, which I'm sure they took statements. Yeah, when you have a restraining order, cops have to show up. You tell, if he shows up, that's the first thing you tell the 911 dispatcher is we have a restraining order against him, and he showed up, and can you please send police officer to have him taken off the property. And they can't ignore that. They have to show up. They have to show up and tell them, hey, you can't be here. They'll either give them a warning or they'll arrest them. That's the whole purpose of getting a restraining order on somebody. And, a lot of people, tend to ignore restraining orders because, they don't take them seriously. But if they make it a habit, they can actually, I think they can actually get locked up for do some, some jail time, not just like a 1 day, we're gonna lock you up, or stuff like that. They actually do some time, like 3 months, I think. Like I said, it depends on the state. Damon, we certainly need another soon. Game show, I'm assuming. Yeah, Sam, I saw that you said that you broke your car again today. Man, dude, you're just having a lot of bad luck with that car. But I know that's your project car, and that's the whole point of having a project car, right? To get it how you want it to. You wish John did game shows instead of Omegle. I think a lot of us wish that John would do other stuff than Omegle all the time. But you guys went to the courthouse and the sheriff helped you make the report. They only took a police report from him. They didn't take one from my sister, mom, or me. Yeah, sheriffs most of the time, especially when you go to the courthouse, will they have no choice but if you to take it. Usually your local police department, will try to give you the runaround. You end up having to go to like the county courts to get it done. They actually talk to the sheriff. Sam, that's not what I meant. I wasn't saying by the time it blows up, you don't have to do everything, but I mean, you get to work on your car and you know what you want and you know what needs to be fixed. It's gonna be a learning experience, but nah, homie, don't don't blow up your car though. Then you just need to learn to swap it too after it blows up. And cops don't take that seriously. You could always say you feel threatened by the person or some keywords. I'm not aware of what you're going through. Yeah, with the restraining order, you don't have to tell them you're threatened. You just tell them like, "Hey, he's here, and we want to remove." And the cops have to show up. They can't ignore it. That's the whole point of having a restraining order on somebody. Brian, that's gonna be Sam. It's probably gonna happen soon, honestly. Well, I mean, as long as you're not having any problems with the engine, Sam, and it's just everything else, you should be good to go. It's a work in progress, man. You're figuring it out as you go along. There's metal in your oil. Oh shit! If you're finding metal flakes in your oil, then that could be one of many things, dude. Yeah, that could be one of many things. It could be pistons that are grinding up. If they're not, working properly, you could be grinding up the gears. Not the gears, but what is it inside the housing where you. It sounds perfectly fine to you, but it's not fine. Yeah, that might be your next step is to get that a bearing or something. No rod knock. That's what I was gonna say. It could be some rods. I'd probably say most likely the pistons because those could grind up pretty easily. Andrew, you gonna be an uncle? Congratulations, homie. What's going on, Serge? Damn, Sam. That car sounds like a death trap, dude. Hey, but don't stop working on it. Keep it going on. If it was rod knocking, I'd be fucking butthurt. But I'll still run somewhat. Just gonna have to find an engine or a new one. Yeah, like you said, probably is gonna be if that engine's no good. Just like you said, it's gonna be time for you to learn how to do that engine swap and work on it. And once you get it the way you want, I guarantee you, you're gonna just look back and see your car like I did this. That's the whole point of a project car. I used to have a Nissan pickup truck, a '97, and when I was in high school, I wanted to drop a. It was old truck, old truck. Put a lot of miles into it. I had it for a good couple of years, and I wanted to drop a Nissan Silva engine into it. I saw magazines where the Nissan Silva engines could fit into those Nissan trucks, but I never got around to doing it. Yeah, it was a Nissan XE, not the double cab, standard. I used to run it at the local street races here where I'm at. There used to be a Nissan pickup club that wanted me to join them, but I was like, no, I'm good. But I would roll with them every now and then, and I would race my Nissan. I fucked up the clutch one time out there racing it. I had to replace it. I had to replace my clutch like 2 times because of that, but I'd go out there and race like Chevy S10s, and my truck was stock. And then I remember the one time I ended up racing a Dakota RT. A Dakota RT was me, another Nissan, and a Dakota RT lined up. It was a 3-way race, and I was with my homie that I've known since elementary, and we were smoking on the blunt, and the other homie that was driving a black Nissan, he's like, "Hey, let's run these fools. Let's run this guy. It's a Dakota RT." I was like, "For real?" I was like, "All right, fuck it, let's do it." So I had a governor in my truck, so it was straight stock, and we lined up and everything. While we're smoking a blunt, you know, they're lining us up, trying to get us to, get ready to line up, and then they flag us to run it. And next thing you know it, I just on the launch, I take the Dodge RT, and I take the black Nissan. I take him right off the jump. And I'm sitting there going all the way. My homie's like, "Oh shit, I think we got him." He's like, "You want to hit this?" Like, "Yeah, let me hit this." So we're going halfway through. All of a sudden, I just see this fucking RT just go whoosh. Halfway, not even like less than halfway through, just passes by. But after that, after everything ended, I was like, "Damn, you see how I got him off the jump? Like, I got a fucking Dodge RT off the jump. That's crazy. I never thought I would get him like that." And for a quick second there, I thought I was gonna win. Hell no, that fucking RT just raw, just powered by. And I was in the first lane, the other Nissan was in the middle, and then RT was on the outside lane and stuff like that. Yeah, Brian, he just showed up. We seen him and we were laughing, and I was like hitting the blunt, like, "Damn, you see that?" And I gave back, yeah, I was like, "Hey, at least I got both of them off the jump. That's what I'm proud of. Fuck that. Fuck if I didn't win. I knew I was gonna win, but I got both of them off the jump, so I was happy. But yeah, I wanted to turn that truck into a little racer, but yeah, I never got around to it though. And I should have kept it when my transmission crapped out, because then I could have really did some work on it instead of buying my Chevy that I drive now. I would have kept. Actually, I probably would have still bought the Chevy and just kept the Nissan as my daily driver and stuff like that. Damn, you get gapped by fucking Elantras. Hey, Sam, you might as well just keep that car in your driveway until it's ready to roll, homie. Group, are you having a hard time sleeping? Group, not as slow as my fucking Jeep. Takes you forever to hit 30 miles per hour. Man, it sounds like your engine might be going out on you. Yeah, but towards the end of my Nissan, when I had it, I had a lot of stuff, that I needed to fix. Like my suspension needed to be reworked. I ended up changing out my damn, what the fuck is it called? It wasn't the rack and pinion. My tie rods. I did it on my own, and when I got the new tie rods, I matched them up to the old tie rods. Holy shit, my alignment was way fucking off. Because the only reason I changed it because one time I left to go watch a movie, and when I left, my whole steering wheel just started going in circle nonstop. And so I had to get on my trailer underneath. I see my tie rod on the right hand side just popped out, just hanging. So luckily, I just went around the corner from the house and was able to limp my truck back into the driveway. And that same day, I started working. It took me 2 days to fix that. But then when I fixed it, my line was real. Like my steering wheel wasn't like this anymore. My steering wheel was like this. And I'm like, yeah, that's not right at all. And I did everything, people told me, line them up, threads and everything. I was like, yeah, it didn't work out. So I ended up taking somebody to pay it, to get it realigned. And they told me, yeah, you got to change other stuff. If I realign it for you, it's gonna be fucked up even more. You got to change, this and this and that. I'm like, man, fuck. I was like, man, you know what? Just do it. Whatever. I'll take it. So my steering wheel just ended up being, slightly curved. And on top of that, my speedometer didn't work, and my speedometer didn't work at all. So I couldn't tell how fast I was going. But since I had been driving, it was a standard truck. So since I've been driving for so long, I knew where the gear changes were. At 2.5, 3.5, or whatever, 4.5. After second gear, 1.5 from first to second, 1.5. Second to third, 3.5, 4.5, or whatever. So I knew. So when I was driving on the freeway, I kind of gauged my speed compared to everybody else and stuff like that. And there was a couple of times, there were cops, with the radar gun, and I would, drop it down and I keep driving. Like I get pulled over, after a while, I finally realized, fifth gear, okay, at this certain, RPM, whatever, 3.5, whatever, 4.5, I'm going this certain speed because I started, clocking myself and stuff like that. Man, I drove my truck, like that for a long ass time. But if you drive a stick, stick for so long, your gear changes at what speed, it's supposed to, because you see, your speedometer going up, and then you see where the gear changes at speedometer. So you remember that stuff because you're always looking. Yeah, Brian, my little Nissan was scuffed towards the end of it because, I didn't really take care of it. The only major things I did to it was change the radiator, constant oil changes, change the belts, plugs, spark plugs. The biggest work I had to do was probably changing my starter. And if you've ever worked on a small Nissan pickup truck, you have to take the wheel out because the starter is right behind the firewall on the passenger side, and there's hardly any space to get in there. And that took me almost 2.5 days to do. And when I started pulling everything, I found the issue was that somehow the nuts, the screws that were connecting to my starter and into the part of the transmission or the gears was loose. So that's why there was a lot of times, my truck wouldn't crank up was because of that. So I kept thinking like maybe I should just tighten it up, but I had already bought the starter. So like fuck it, I'm gonna go and change the starter. So I ended up changing, and after that, my truck would crank up real quick. It wasn't the alternator. My alternator was good. It's just I found out, it was my starter and stuff like that. So, hey, what's going on, Ashley? Sam, you went over. Your car's too bouncy at this point. You went over a Brendan. You thought you were the cat chair. You driving your car like you're the Dukes of Hazzard boys, huh? You managed to turn a 5-minute job into a week-long job. Hey, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Like I said, I've been there before with my Nissan truck. I hated working on it, but when I would fix something, I would, feel accomplished the next. Whenever I finished, like, hell yeah, I got my truck up and running. But I still had a whole bunch of other stuff to do. The brakes I would never do because I knew I would fuck it up. So I would buy the drums and rotors, the brake pads, and just take it to a shop, and they would charge me $100 just to replace, everything and stuff like that. That happened to your friend's car. She sent you out to get beer, and you'd be sitting there trying to start for 20 minutes. Yeah, I seen. And when my starter started fucking up, I thought it was my battery. So I would always disconnect my battery and stuff like that, and reconnect it, and then it would crank up, and it wouldn't. And then I had a homie one time. I went to Jack in the Box, and I got stuck coming out of the drive-thru, and I called him up, and I was like, "Hey man, can you come jumpstart me?" And he did. We jump started. It wouldn't work. So then he ended up telling me that, why don't you pop the clutch, and start up with that. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, let's roll it, pop it in first gear, and then crank it. So we did that, and it turned up. I was like, oh man, I thought, man, dude, I never knew I could, just pop the clutch like that and get my truck, rolling like that. So I started doing that, but then I would still have issues with it, not turn over. And that's when somebody told me, you might want to check your starter and your alternator. I ended up taking my alternator off, took it to get tested. It was fine. So then I went to, that's when I found the issue with the starter. That starter was just like hanging like this much, just like this. So basically, like anytime I moved it, if it moved, up against the firewall or whatever, those gears would catch and crank up. But if it was hanging out, it was never, catching up. They would never lock in to crank up. Krupa, could it be your O2 sensor needs to be fixed, causing my car to be a bit slow? It doesn't seem like tranny is going, but then again, who am I? Fuel pump. I don't know if it could be the fuel pump. O2 sensors are cheap to fix. And that's one issue, but you can have a lot of other issues, Krupa, too. Just you finding somebody to do it. Yeah, I bet that's pretty hard in New York. I'm sure they're charging you an arm and a leg just to do minor work on it. It's literally 2 screws in 10 minutes. If you had a job, you do it, but don't have tools or want to pay the tools. Well, Krupa, I mean, I would, you know, if you're already looking up on how to work on your car, you might as well get the tools and just, do it yourself, especially if you can. That's what my sister, did with her car. She would ask me for advice and stuff like that. I'll tell you this right now, she has a better tool set than, than I do. And so when I had visited her, she wanted me to help her replace her front bumper. So I was like, I'll do it because my sister is pretty much accident prone with her vehicle. The oil change, stuff like that. I told her you can do oil change by yourself. She changed out the battery by herself, and I had to walk her through it. She ended up losing the screw to strap it down, but she found one that worked and stuff like that. But she had Googled everything, and she would always ask me questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I would tell her, okay, do this, this, that. If not, what video are you looking at Google? And I would look at it and I'll tell her, okay, yeah, so they're doing it right. And so I would walk her through it. But yeah, man, she has the whole tool set, ratchet set, screwdrivers, fucking hammers. I saw it in her garage. Yeah, I was like, damn. She she bought more equipment to work on the car than I ever would have and stuff like that. And yeah, she changed out her front bumper by herself, installed the whole front bumper, took out the lights, not replaced, but reinstalled the lights, reinstall one of the quarter panels underneath the firewall from inside the tires and stuff like that. Uh, Brakes, she didn't want to do herself. She had somebody do that. I had a walker, through on how to change the battery because her battery terminals were all fucked up, and the battery connectors were like really factory connectors from a car. They're real thin and flimsy. So I told her if you break them, you're gonna have to buy replacement and stuff like that. So yeah, so and I always told her, buy your parts and find a shop that guaranteed they'll do it for cheap because she was going to Firestone and stuff like that in quotes. Like she said, for her brake job, they were quoting her like 1,400 to change a whole bunch of shit, the drums and rotors and stuff like that. I'm like, that's way too fucking much money. You can go buy your rotors, your pads and everything like that. You can have your rotors resurfaced if you want to, but since your car has only been I think 5 years old, it's all mods right there from original from the factory. So I was like, if you want to, I'd recommend just replacing everything. If you're gonna do that much work, replace it all. Buy the parts, which you'll get it for way cheaper, and then find somebody. They'll probably charge you maybe 100, 100, 150, 175 to replace them. Let's go to a small little shop. Any super mainstream shops to check for free. No, they even charge her to check it, to look at her car. Oh shit, what's going on, Mulacious? How you doing, homie? Appreciate you for stopping by and joining us on my Scuff stream. There's just a little late night lounge where we just, sit here and I just talk to Chad, and if they got something going on, they want to get off their chest, try to, get some advice, and everybody, pitches in and tries to help them out, with anything that's going on with them. There's really no much content. There's no Omegle. There's no skits, nothing like that, no reaction in you. It's just basically a stream where we just, just chill and hang out. I know my stream is pretty scuffed up, but I'm working on. I've got an old ass computer. Me and Junglist have gone through, my specs, and I just don't have enough RAM to do a proper stream. Where I can put an overlay from Stream Elements and stuff like that. Yeah, not a lot of people know that I stream, but I appreciate you, for stopping by and showing some support. And anybody's more than welcome to stop by and hang out. As long as there's no toxicity in chat, we're all good, and we really haven't had any issues at all whatsoever. But I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go piss and get some more beers out of the fridge. You guys know what to do in chat. Sniff, sniff, drink, all that shit. I got that. The bot should be up. If you guys want to fuck around with the bot. All right, I'm back. Yeah, cool. But at this point, if you're already looking up on how to fix your car, you might as well just nut up and do it. At least what you can, though. With your basic, tools, you could do just about anything. When I first started working on my little Nissan, when I had it, I had a, just a small little toolkit, nothing big. It was probably like a little booklet, and with that, I was able to do a lot of stuff on my truck, or the basics, the necessities. Unless is your former graphic designer. It's 7:10. Bust out the rig out and take a dab from me. Man, I don't have a dab rig on me. I haven't smoked since December. Hey, I will say this though, Sam. The job that I'm at now, there's no drug test at all whatsoever. So here eventually, I'm gonna get back on smoking, and I won't have a huge dab rig, but it'll definitely be a nectar collector because I love smoking out of nectar collectors. So once I get back in the game, we'll see what's up. Well, like as a '90s kid, you can fix anything. '70s to late 2000s, new cars are all computers. Yeah, like my truck is a 2014, my Chevy. I won't even fuck with anything. If there's an issue, I'm taking it to a shop and let them deal with it because it's all connected to the computer. So you fuck up something, you fuck up the whole engine. It's not like the old engines where they were so fucking easy and basic to work on. Nectar collectors reminds you of teriyaki chicken dabs in high school. I like nectar because they're just easy and convenient. And I mean, the ones that I get, you could put water in them, so you're not taking a hit off it with no water in it whatsoever. Oh yeah, Sam, I saw you say that you went righty tighty, lefty loosey, and your lug nut went loosey loosey all the way. You die when you smoke weed, haven't coughed forever off of dabs. Yeah, I haven't had that dabs in a long ass time. I want to say probably like in a year. And flowers has been since December. Righty tighty to spinny spinny. Yeah, that's when you know. That's when you know. Oh, there's an issue right there. Smoking seems better than edibles, or affects you very different. You have to try the tiniest puff and hope your muscles don't start twitching. Sounds you're allergic to weed. Yeah, Hugo. If you need anything graphics wise, let you know. You should do 2D, 3D graphics, logos, video editing, commercial design, and a bunch of other shit. just let me know. We can work things out. I'll keep you. I'll keep you in mind, Malicious, if I ever get to that point. I'll definitely hit you up. Unless you smoke every day, nothing but a chicken wing. Yeah, I used to be a daily smoker too, but I was most like a night smoker. Like I can't do the whole day, sitting there and smoke all day long because after like a couple hours, not a couple, but probably half the day, I get anxiety, especially when I used to go, chill with the homies and just have like a smoke session all day long. I would get like anxiety and I would just want to go home and just chill. But I would go home and smoke though. It's just, it was like, it wasn't too much, but I was like, I got to get out of here and just, I'm comfortable here, but I want to go to my comfort zone, and just, be in my own spot, still blaze up, and hang out. But when I'm working, it would just be like a nighttime talks. But it would be on the daily though. Damn, Hanson's 15 surgeries for your glaucoma, and you're allergic to weed. I've only met one other person that was allergic to weed, and that was in high school. And even I couldn't believe it at that time. But it's true. There are people that do get allergic to weed, even to the smell of it. No, it's all good, Bubbles. We all, got stuff we got to do off stream. I don't hold that against anybody. I'm not gonna sit here and be pissed off because people don't show up. I'm not doing it to be popular and famous and stuff like that. Have a big ass stream. I'm just doing it just for the homies, people that want to just come and chill and hang out whenever they got time to. Anybody that stops by, it's always appreciated. And for those that do, recommend other people to stop by, I appreciate the shout outs. Like Gear Freaks and Lil Will. I think it was Gear Freaks that told Lil Will, hey, if you go streaming, check out his channel. Yeah, Sam, I'm the guy from TikTok. And I know Young D, you know, told Keith one time, that I was streaming, and Keith popped in for a little bit, said what's up, gave me a shout out and followed me. So that was pretty cool. And there's been a few other people that said, hey, I told so and so, they're gonna stop by, and check out your stream and stuff like that, So everybody that does that, I really appreciate it. Yeah, when you gotta check out for the little ones, malicious, you can't be going all out and stuff like that. I know anytime I ever had my nephews around the house, like I would wait till they were they'd fall asleep, and then I'd have my me time because I knew they would stay asleep the whole night. They wouldn't wake up till the morning time, so that was my time. But there's when you have kids around, there's a time and a place for it. But when you don't have responsibilities, then do as you please. All right, Andrew. I hope you have a good night, homie, and hope everything works out for you guys out there. And like I said, Mom, anytime you want to chat, if I'm not gonna stream, just hit me up on hit on my not my Discord server, but my Discord. Ansas, he looked at my channel last night when he was saying like he was ending, but he felt sorry. Like I don't know if he felt bad for ending, but he was like, "Let me find somebody that see if somebody's streaming online that I know." But then he said like, "I don't know a lot of people that are streaming, or I'm friends with them and stuff like that." And then people started, and I happened to show up at that time when he was doing it. And then people were like, "You're gonna stream? You're gonna stream?" People were like, "Hugo stream? You're like host Hugo," and I was like, "No." I was in chat like, "No, don't host me," because I wasn't going live at all. It was already late for me. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to pass out at midnight, because I had to get up at 7 to go to work today and stuff like that. And believe me, I tried to push my first day of working to Monday, but they really wanted me to start, on Friday. So I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll do it. But could you imagine if I would have had the day off and I streamed at that morning, the influx of people I would have had in my chat, it would have been pretty fucking crazy. Because when I stream, I don't normally watch John on my TV. I'm doing something. I'm either listening to a video, or watching, a vlog or something like that. So it would have been pretty fun, crazy just to see a lot of people pop my chat, and I would have been like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then it would have been more funnier to find out that John is, seeing my stream, and I could see him like, "What the fuck is this, homie? Damn, you're poor. You don't have, you have no light. He's in the dark. What's going on? Is he being held hostage, stuff like that?" So it would be more funnier just to hear that shit, But he did look on my channel. I watched it today, and he looked up my channel, and he made the comment like, "Damn, you stream more than I do." And I saw Damon, typing his chat like, "Yeah, he does," and started laughing, which I don't. He streams more than I do. I've taken a couple of days off here in between and stuff like that, but it was pretty tricked out seeing that though. Yeah, the timing. Yeah, Malicious. I saw your beard. You on stream or on? I forgot whose stream you were on. I think you were on Keith's, right? On the Discord, maybe. I saw you got a beard going on. I've been on John's stream before, his game show. Keith and John's, okay. Yeah, I was on John's. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader in March? No, in April, when I went to go visit my sister. I was at the very end because LJ had dropped out through that, and then I ended up joining. I was on vacation. I was really drunk, and I was in there waiting on my nephew's tablet. So I got up to go get a beer, and then when I come back to sit down, I heard John say, Hugo Colazo, are you there, homie?" I was like, "Oh shit!" I went back, sat down, like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, I'm actually on the stream. Like, it was the whereby, so I couldn't see the stream at all. So it was just me and him through the laptop, and I was like, "Damn, I didn't think I was gonna get chosen and stuff like that." It wasn't later till I found out that LJ had left and stuff, because I had two tabs open. I had the YouTube and then the whereby. But when he called my name, and put me on, I ended up turning off, closing out the YouTube stream, and just kept on the whereby. So that was my first face reveal and stuff like that, and it was pretty funny. I had fun that night. Yeah, because you remember that night because he seems to respect you a lot. It's because he started out because I would spam a lot, to get him to say my name. I think the record was like 7 or 8 times. And, he like, "Hey John, hey, how can you come? Come on and say, hey John, what's going on, John?" And I was like, "I just do it for shits and giggles. That's it." And then somebody said in chat like, "Oh, he does it for shits," which was shits and giggles is an actual viewer. I think Damon said, "Oh, he does it for shits and giggles, LOL and stuff like that." I went back and caught that, and I started laughing. The all cap spams. Hey, I've always done all caps ever since I've been in the stream. If you know, I'm never gonna stop because, especially now, I'm not yelling, but it's because these TikTok normies that come in. It's hard to have a conversation with somebody in chat in lowercase. Sam, you thought I was a 12-year-old when you came on the street. I think a lot of people thought I was. I'm pretty sure there was a good majority that thought I was like a teenager and stuff like that. But when I showed up, John was like surprised. He's like, "Oh shit!" And after he ended, it was funny. He's like, "Oh shit, guys, you know what? He was alpha as fuck, you know." I still go back and rewatch that part. It's funny as hell. He tried to cut on my eyebrows. I'm like, dude, I can help that my eyebrows don't have hair, but shit, everything else I got. I could have made some jokes on him about being bald, but I didn't want to. Your biggest cloud was that Daniel chick for calling her fat on Casey. To decompress, not deal with more soft shit. I remember that, Malicious. I had made a joke in chat, and Koopa started laughing her ass off. I was like, holy shit, she ate Gilbert Grape. And she was the first one that caught the reference. And she started, in chat, started laughing her ass off. Even though that Danielle, that chick was a dude, that's the first thing that popped into my mind. Because I've seen, who's eating Gilbert Grape, and then Koopa was like, "Is that where she fell through the living room?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what I referenced. I don't think anybody else would get it. It just came out the top of my head. I was like, holy shit! I'm pretty sure she ate Gilbert Grape. That was it." John said, "Happy birthday to you for like a week straight." Sounds you should rewatch that day. It seems. Yeah, just look for the. It was towards the end of April. The Smarter Than a Fifth Grader stream. The VOD should be up, and Damon tagged it, or he timestamped it, and I timestamped it also, but a little bit earlier than what he did. It's in the comments. Just look it up, and you'll find it on there. I go back from time to time to watch it because it's real funny. Yeah, I can't get John to spam my birthday or say what's up. I think I tried one time. It didn't work, but I'm gonna try next month in August. The Trap Bella Luxury or something. You're still sub to her. But yeah, going back to an homegirl's Donald from earlier, I'm definitely gonna look up some ring lamps or some a little cheap lamp to put on my desk on my laptop. That way I can get some sort of lighting in here. Like I said, I'm not gonna fix the fan light because that ambient light is horrible. I'll just look orange on screen. Sam, I don't remember her at all whatsoever. She was like fresh to having a badge, but funny as fuck. Fan lights are the worst. Yeah, they are. Even if you put it like the soft light bulbs or the other type bulbs, they're just horrible for lighting. Man, I will say this that if I would have started streaming like way earlier last year during the pandemic, would have had that light on, and you guys would have definitely got to see Scarecrow because I was just drinking, jamming out, hitting bowls, hitting hitting my nectar collector, and just having a good time. And even now, I think back to it, man. I could have I should have done that, but I wasn't thinking about streaming at that time. And I was still watching John at that time too. You know, during the pandemic. But you guys would have got some crazy ass shit for sure. Homeless guy, you gave a homeless guy. I mean, homeless guy. But was you gave a homeless guy a Four Loko? He chugged it. Of course, that's what they're gonna chug no matter what. That's just like a sip of. That's like them drinking like a bottle of water or or a can of Coke. Bella Luxury. Yeah, I don't remember her at all. Oh, and I also tried looking for the camera that I had, my old ass camera. I couldn't find it, so I'm pretty sure I might have thrown it away or given it away to somebody. Because I know Jungler said because I wanted to do some gaming streams. He said just do it EBZ style, just buy like a little 1080p camera, and just face it at the TV. Because I'm pretty sure this old ass laptop can't support the interface to get everything going. Shit, I can barely get my fucking stream elements to work properly when it's scuffed because they won't show up because the overlays don't work properly. Ricochet the bullet. Gator, gator, gator. But yeah, I was looking all over, everywhere, because I know I had it somewhere. I used to have it where I have my DVD collection, but I looked in some boxes that I have in storage or whatever, and yeah, I couldn't find it. And I also looked through another box where I have nothing but original Xbox controllers, probably like 6 or 7, some wires, some HDMI cables. I figured it would have been in there, but they weren't. Oh, if I would have done IRL streams from my 20s, man, at that time, it would have been like straight up crazy ass content. Because I told y'all my stories, how I got my nickname, the Vegas stories, you know, the crazy ass story, the party stories of my homeboys, where it was like went from, like 12, 15 of us to 100 people to over 100 people, just showing up out of nowhere. Yeah, we would have had some straight up content back then, but at that time, IRL wasn't like, I don't think IRL was that big at all. If I did IRL, I would have been banned. Then yeah, some of the stuff I did that I going through, yeah, I would have been banned real quick. That's for sure. Cause I'll tell you, you guys that have been here from the beginning and heard all my stories, y'all know I've gone through some crazy ass shit. Did I tell y'all that I had guns drawn from a police officer for like 4 or 5 police officers in my Nissan truck when I was leaving a club one time? I know I mentioned it in chat before. I've been shot at also. I've gone to after hour clubs where I really shouldn't have been there. Yep, hands up. Brian, I kept my hands up and they wanted me to open the door. I was like, hell no, you know what? Why don't you? And my windows rolled up and I said, yeah, I don't think I've said it in chat. I've mentioned it in chat a few times, but I've never said the full story. Especially during Keith's reaction videos to the cops, pulling people over and stuff like that. I've said it in chat a few times for those of you that were there for those streams, but I never said the full story. RL sucks though. Look at what happened to people like ISP Jordan Blade. Yeah, it's fallen off big time. But I know if during my 20s though, if that was a big thing at that time, my stuff would have been like content. There was like no hardcore degenerate stuff that I went at that time, or at least without stuff that I was doing. It was just more just having a good time and people just hanging out. Some crazy shit. Nothing racist. No doxing, stuff like that. No racial slurs. You were just watching a whole bunch of people just partying and have a good time. And of course, there was nudity involved with some girls, flashing. Man, parties I used to go to, and we used to host at hotel parties were real fucking crazy. Yeah, but IRL now these days is they want that degenerate content, which it's like when you watch it the first time, it's like, oh, okay. After a while, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's really not that funny, especially all the racial, you know, hard R drops and stuff like that. Sam, you had guns drawn by a cop once or twice, by homeowners close to 10 times. Damn, homie. Yeah, our 20s stuff was hype, definitely. And now the script kiddies know how to screw anyone with the phone number spoofer. Yeah, it's it. Yeah, these days it's just crazy. They'll just do anything to fuck any streamers up instead of let's just watch them for the content that he's giving us. Why do we want why do we want to fuck up his content? It's just people that get bored, have nothing else better to do. Hey, what's going on, young D? Welcome back. Love you too, homie. Yeah, I'm always gonna be a real one for sure. I don't pussyfoot about stuff that I talk about. I give it straight. Same thing if anybody asks me advice on something, it's because of my life experience and if there's some way, shape, or form I can help somebody out, I'm gonna let you know. This is what I went through. I'm not telling you what you need to do, but listen to it. What I've gone through, and then you decide what you want to go through, and I'll give you my honest opinion, unbiased opinion. Someone was throwing an address in the other night in the chat. Yeah, these doctors that's what they get off on. You know, that's why I really stay away from Discord servers. No, Hans, I go ahead. Like I said, man, take care of yourself first, man. Your health is more important than anyone else, and you know you have somebody that's depending on you, and you're depending on her and stuff like that. And man, your health should be the number one priority before anything else whatsoever. I always appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out with us. You don't ever have to hang out the whole time. Just say a quick hello and and check out. That's enough support for me, from anybody. But definitely, homie, take care of yourself, get some rest, eat some food, and don't get stressed out too much. Brian, back when you were in middle school, you used to use a phone spoofer to call people with their own numbers and change the voice messages so the phone thought I was them. You're trying. Thanks for the kind words, and everybody. That's what we're here for, Hansons. We're not here to clown on nobody, make jokes. Well, we'll make jokes, but not towards somebody. Like I said, if you got something you want to, talk about, get off your chest, guaranteed chat is more than welcome, to hear you out and try to help you out any way, shape or form that we can. Like I said before, my homegirl did that for me, in 2019. 2019 was, and I'm open about this, and I've said it a few times in streams. 2019, I wasn't meant to make it through the last couple of months of 2019 if it wasn't for that one friend that I met through Instagram. Before that, for a couple of years, that just listened to my issues, what was going on. I was done with everything. So that when I started doing this, I was like, I just want to do it just so people got to hang out. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it just now strictly for if you got something going on, just come on in. As long as I could be an open ear for somebody the same way that someone else was for me, that's all that matters for me at all. I don't care about the donations. I don't care about how many likes I get. I don't care about how many subscribers I get. It's amazing. I've gotten this far and my subscribers have gone up and the donations I've gotten, I really appreciate it. But my whole point of starting the stream wasn't for that. My whole point of the stream is just to have like a safe haven for everybody, just talk and chill and hang out and stuff like that, you know. Because if somebody didn't do that for me and listen to me, what I was going through, I wouldn't be here to do the same thing for any of you guys that are going through, in any similar issues. It takes a lot to you to open up, but a stream like this is here. I don't expect everybody, to divulge their deepest, darkest secrets. But like I said, if you got something that's eating at your chest and and you want to get it out and you want to talk, I've had a few people tell me, "Hey, Hugo, can you stream tonight? There's something I want to talk about. I just want to, if you could, and I'll do it. If anybody ever hits me up through comments or if you have my Discord name, and you want to say, hey, you're going to stream tonight, I'll try. Now that I'm working, it's gonna be kind of iffy because I'm gonna still try to figure out, work that schedule out. As of right now, I'm only looking at probably streaming Fridays and Saturday nights and stuff like that because I really don't like stream during John's stream, which is pretty early. But if at any time, somebody tells me, hey, can you stream? Let's talk, let's chit chat. I'll do it. I'm not gonna sit there and say no. I'm gonna listen to everybody. And like I said, I hope that my streams have, helped some people out. You know, we're not all perfect, but at least we can, help and support each other out without, having to be without any, negativity or toxicity and stuff like that. You can do the opposite of my streams. Yeah, Hans, hit me up through YouTube comments. Let me know. If you want me to, if there's a night, that you want to talk about something, hit me up and yeah, if my schedule isn't too busy, I'll let you know for sure if I can, if I'll stream and I'll let you know. Brian, you got something to get off your chest? Let it out, homie. Let it out. When you first saw me argue with Serge, you thought I was a Serge Allhart? No, no, Brian. Never have, never will be. No way. And I'm sure you're talking about it was during the election streams, right? Or during the election. All that shit during the elections, I did it just to piss him off and trigger him. Because he was all pro Trump. So I would, go in there with riding with Biden, RIP Trump and stuff like that. And just, talk a lot of shit to him. That's the only reason I did it. And he knows too. David said those are spicy times. Can't wait for the next one. Yeah, I think me and Serge's days of arguing are pretty much over and done with. Yeah, but our arguments weren't as bad as him versus BK Messiah, because that shit was like a lot more crazier than what me and Serge, used to argue about. Yeah, Damon, you're always pushing for when's the next the Serge versus Hugo? When's the next versus Hugo? Yeah, after the elections, BK vanished, but I had seen him in Kiara Kitty's chat a few times, and then he came back to John streams. I probably said like maybe like a month and a half ago or a month ago. I had seen him in John's stream. Brian, you wanted a Surgery Hugo debate on stream? Yeah, I wouldn't. It would. It would have turned out pretty good. It would have been no content. Young, do you trying to do streams before Key, so it's all online? Well, as of right now, Damon, it won't be hard to figure out the days I'm streaming because I'm working now. And unless for some reason I want to go live early, especially during John's stream during the weekday, I probably won't. So, Young D could have that late night spot if he wanted to. But, I knew when I was gonna go back to work that I'm definitely gonna stream, Friday night, Saturday night, late at night. Or, if I get a holiday off during the week or whatever, then I'll do that. Yeah, that's a good lineup though. Young D, then Keith and John, and then me for the late night lounge. Because I mean, that's basically what I want to do is just the late night hours. Actually, you're drinking alone. You're not drinking alone. You're drinking with all of us or anybody else in chat's drinking. Nah, Young D. Anytime that I don't stream, because usually I'll try to stream like midnight and after. If I'm not on that night, I think it's very rare now that I'll do 1 a.m. and later. Because I'd rather jump on earlier. But just hit me up on my Discord name. Anytime you want to go on later night, and I'll let you know. If I decide to or not. I know you like to stay up late, also. Brian gonna do a shot of vodka. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody has to do it, but like you said, fuck it, dude. Drink vodka, play vodka, psycho blast. Yeah, see, I'm only drinking tonight because my first day of work in a year, went pretty smoothly. So, and I celebrated 2 nights ago. So I figured, why not? But yeah, like I don't really like to stream when John's streaming or when Keith does a late night stream, stuff like that. Well, Keys depending on what it is. If it's Rust, then I might. I have ended up going live kind of early. With John, it just depends because his schedule is like very erratic. Yeah, Malicious is pretty cool. I think he's probably one of my newest viewers. I want to say. Single player games are not for ladies. Young, you got a moped tomorrow? Rip your moped tomorrow? Fuck it. You can actually get it to 120 miles per hour on it, or you're gonna try. Oh, you've hit it on the moped? Man, I've never heard a moped going over 120. Damn. You better put a GoPro cam on and record that shit. Do a short for your channel. You'll be on tomorrow. Yeah, DM that shit to me. I want to see that. Actually, so I can see these blow, these hair blowing in the wind. Malicious, the goddess Krupa told you I streamed just hours ago. That's why you're here. Oh, so it's Krupa that told you about my stream. Well, I appreciate it for, you know, letting you know. And like I said, I appreciate it for stopping by and just hanging out with us here. The majority of my streams are just like this. And if you ever want to go see or, listen to some of my stories, I know my nickname is timestamped. I don't know which, off the top of my head, I don't remember which stream it was. How I got my nickname. I know my Vegas streams was after that, or my Vegas stories were after that. And then after how I got my nickname is also how I made a pose based on my nickname. The stories are pretty funny. I know those 3 or 4 are timestamped in my comments on some of those earlier streams. Yeah, no idea streamed. Yeah, because I didn't really promote it that much on Key Stream. It just my streams just started off from John's stream. He just ended one night real early a month ago because we did my 1 month celebration. I did a 1 month celebration stream. I think 2 streams ago, July 5th, I believe. June 5th was when I first started streaming. So he ended that stream almost like 12:30 my time. And I was like, fuck, I'm bored. He's like, what do I do now? And people said, stream. So I tried to stream and I couldn't because you have to wait, 24 hours for if you want to be you want to stream on YouTube. So I couldn't do it. So then I ended up streaming the next day, which was my anniversary date a couple days ago. And it was mostly, it mostly stayed through John's chat, not through Keith's. Yeah, Brian, but it's Scarecrow with K's, not with C's. Bubbles was the first one to push you to go live. I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was. And then everybody else, in chat was spamming, yeah, just do it. And even I think even Krupa said, do it. And I tried to, and I couldn't that night. And ever since then, since that first stream, Bubbles would always, post in my comments, when's the next Hugo stream? Hugo Streamer, 2021. Can we get a Hugo stream? Can we get a Hugo stream and stuff like that? And I know he would spam it in John's chat. Not in Keys, but in John's. Young D, anyone here is a real one. Well, most of you, anyways. Ryan, do you have a good night, homie? Appreciate you for stopping by. And for sure, yeah, send me those. Let me see some woolies on the two-wheeler. Gotta see some woolies on the moped, homie. Oh, yeah, for sure, Young D. You have a good night, homie. Yeah, but I think tomorrow night. It's been a while since I've told you guys some stories. I'm trying to think what stories I should tell y'all tomorrow night. You guys want to hear how I had, 5 cops with their guns drawn on me at the club? I could tell that one. The coke and hooker stories. Mm, I don't think I've told y'all the hooker I turned down in Vegas, right? That my homeboy tried to buy for me. Or I may have. I don't think I did. I could tell you that. That one tomorrow. How I got guns drawn on me. And then, I got a good one. Brian, she will not run down. She was a petite, had to have been Dominican, at least like 5'4", 5'3", real slim, beautiful, beautiful face, very petite. And my homeboy ended up getting the one, or the one that talked to him first was almost kind of hoodish and stuff like that. And the one that walked with me was like, I was like, wow, like what the fuck was going on? I didn't realize it till we ended up getting close to our hotel. I'll tell the story tomorrow. I'll tell the story tomorrow. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny. So I'll tell you guys that one. I'll tell you guys, how I had guns drawn on me at the club, and then I will also tell you guys the story. It wasn't my birthday. It was my homeboy's birthday. How me and him were ended up drinking the whole night, and I ended up being thrown in the back of a pickup truck. And as I was thrown, I said, "We," landed in the back of the truck and said, "Ouch." And then ended up waking up in my front porch in the morning time. Blue balling, you guys, I have to. I forgot it. I can't give everything away, in one night. I just said, what the fuck? Yep. The whole night was the craziest shit ever with my homie's birthday. I ended up crying. I'm not gonna lie or deny that. I ended up thrown up off the balcony. I got thrown into a truck, and the next morning I woke up, passed out on my front porch with some food, mind you. So yeah, those stories will be good for tomorrow night for sure. It's gonna be Saturday night, so we'll have a good time tomorrow night. Tonight was just gonna be just a little chill stream and let y'all know what's going on with me and with my schedule wise and stuff like that, with the new job and everything. So for sure, I'll definitely be streaming, Fridays and Saturday nights. And like I said, I don't like to stream when John's on, but if anybody wants me to stream early, then I'll do it. Actually, yes, I cried. I cried like a little bitch because I was so fucked up. And the reason I cried was even more stupid. Even more stupid. Yeah, so yeah, I'll tease y'all with that tomorrow night. Y'all come out, come on back to the lounge and y'all will definitely have a good laugh. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've told some stories. That's for sure. We're all crying. You cry when you finish the bottle with your girlfriends, and the bottle was 150. Ooh, 151 Bacardi rum. No, my story involved, what was it? A bottle of Jack, a whole bunch of beers, and a cashed out bong with no weed in it. And like, if you guys have liked the other stories that I said that I've told you guys, you guys will definitely like that one. I'll save that story for the last one, and I'll start off with the guns drawn. Save the birthday story for the last, and then we'll do the hooker the hooker story for the middle. Sam used to just skip work with the kid. Sometimes you guys would drive 45 minutes to some shady ass motel, and he'd fuck a hooker and come right back out. And goes where like that happened. Yeah, well, the hooker story wasn't the shady. This was Vegas hooker, and I'm talking about she was straight up top notch. And the fact that we didn't stay at the at the center of in the center strip of Vegas that year. We ended up staying at the Editor, so we had to walk towards the center, and we walked back. My homeboy saw some. You guys know my homeboy. I already told you guys about it. He loves hookers and blow, so he saw two hookers, and he started talking to them, and they started walking back with us. Well, he ended up getting the hooker he didn't want, and I got the hooker that I didn't want until I realized the last second. You know, but she was, yeah, she was, yeah. And I've told y'all part of that story because the next day I ended up winning over 15, what I say, 15 or 1700 on the roulette table. So I left that part out from the story that I told you guys before. Hey, you ever done any of that? Yeah, me either. Well, I can't say me either, but in my 20s, yeah. But when I was going to Vegas, I was, a little bit. It was more in the later years. But I was just going to Vegas just to have a good time and get fucked up, drink from 7 in the morning until the next day, 7 in the morning, and just this night. He said he was trying to do me a favor. He did it 2 years in a row. Yeah, damn, I'm just trying to be a good friend, and help you out. I was like, well, did I ask you to buy me a hooker? I don't want that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just because you're a fiend for hookers and blow doesn't mean that I'm the same. I'm wired the same way. You go do what you got to do and stuff like that. But I appreciate it though. But that's not what I'm here for. Nah, the hookers that he interacted with, it wasn't none of that. They were just straight up talking, going to the hotel room, and get the deal done and over with. But this girl that ended up walking with me all the way through, she thought she was gonna get some money off of me. Holy shit, she was disappointed after the whole thing. Man, she was pissed off, and I kind of felt bad, but I didn't. But she was there to get money, and she wasn't really trying to. From what I remember from our conversations, like I didn't get that vibe until we got to our hotel room. Then I started like, oh shit. I was like, damn, she's a hooker. I was like, oh, I was like, okay, I guess I'm about to disappoint this bitch real quick because I ain't paid for nothing. Hell no, not in Vegas. But yeah, I'll definitely save the stories for tomorrow. That's for sure. So you guys gonna have pretty good story for tomorrow night. I'll be good and refreshed, and we'll definitely have a good time. You guys have some pretty good laughs. So on that note, you guys, I'm gonna call it a night. First day on the job, Friday. Wasn't too bad, but I was kind of tired earlier, but I wasn't really tired, so I was like, "Fuck it, let me stream." And we've all been hanging out tonight. People were asking for it. I told you guys last night I was gonna stream tonight. I wasn't gonna let you guys down, so now that I'm working, so we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, little bruises. Ayo, but yeah, for sure, definitely Saturdays and Fridays I'll do it. And if any reason I want to during the weekdays, you guys get bored, if anybody, is done with Omegle streams with John's, I'll do it like halfway or a quarter till it's ending, but not too late. I'm not gonna do late night streams during the weekday, that's for sure. So, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Yeah, Brian, thank you. Thank you, homie. But yeah, for sure. So definitely on the weekends, streams will continue Friday and Saturday. Everything else, I'll just have to see what's up. Yeah, 100 subs, work hour streams with TTS, that's for sure. If I would have gone live last night, if I would, and had to work today, I'm pretty sure I could have reached that 100 subs real quick. But like I said, I'm not here. I'm not here for the subs. I'm not here for the likes. I'm not here for the donos. I'm just here for you guys. I did this for you, for all of you, and I really appreciate you, every single one of you, for the support. You know, the word of mouth and all that stuff. So all of you, take care of yourselves. You guys have a good night. And like I said, anytime you guys just need somebody, that you want somebody, or not want somebody, but just need somebody to listen to you. If you have my actual Discord, not server, but my actual Discord name, just hit me up, you know, or hit me up on my YouTube comments on in channel stream. Just hit me up and say, "Hey, Hugo, can you stream?" Most 9 times, I'll do it. What's going on, homeless guy? Welcome back. So on that note, love you guys. Appreciate you for all the support. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.